Welcome to Losi Motorsports. Don Richard here. So we're continuing the conversation around what needs to be done to the car to turn it into an LS3 swap, to get it ready for that. One of the important things that we need to do is we need to work here on this tunnel to remove these things. So if you look at this, used to be here, like that. Basically what you need to do is remove the actual welds so that you can take these pieces off, but more importantly, this whole thing also needs to come off. That can't be there because of the T56 transmission we have will not fit if that's there. So we have to remove that, and then there's a new mount that will go in this position here. We're going to show the details of that once we are actually at this point where right now we need to cut this out. So the way we do that, what's the best way to do that?
Well, the spot welds need to be removed. And so, you can clean this up essentially with, some kind of sanding essentially, and you expose the spot welds, and then you can take a die grinder wheel and just kind of cut, the first level of metal essentially. It will be we'll do the same thing here. We'll just cut it down this way here, and on this side where we've got the two spot welds, we'll just cut that right in here on this side. And we'll go along and do that as best as we can. Up in the top here, we'll probably end up doing just a diamond, just a corner cut essentially, or a triangular cut through here. And then that'll allow that piece of metal to drop out. And so there are other ways of doing it. There are some tools available where, folks have kind of used, a special cutter wheel essentially that has, sort of like maybe a 3/8 round, and you cut around the spot weld. We've tried that, but it just seems like, I tend to burn them out a lot faster than maybe normal. So at the end of the day, I just used a cutting wheel from a die grinder, an angle grinder. And that allowed me to make the cuts and then just, pull that out.